What is up, guys? So today I'm going to take you along some of the process of building my own angle kit. As you saw in the title, I'm going to make my own angle kit for the e30. I'm going to take you along all the specs that I want to have adjustable, and the thing that I'm going to upgrade for the e30, because I have an e30, but it's a non-M3 as you saw in the previous videos. So I don't have like big brakes, I don't have um, adjustable arms. I only have right now custom knuckles, but they're like welded and modified the stock knuckles. I have modified the lower control arms, but it was done by the previous owner, and it's good but not the best job, because on one side I'm going to say like a number just like that. I have 18 inches from the wheel to the subframe, and on the other side I have maybe 17 and a half. So when you look in the front of the car, you have one wheel and the fender is just over the wheel, and on the other the wheel is really poking out of the fender. So I really want to make my own custom angle kit, but I'm going to make it the like the best that I can do with the things that I have and the time that I have, because I'm going to do this as a school project. I have approximately 6 weeks um, left to do my CAD and everything and do my measurements and be ready to fabricate the angle kit. And in almost 12 to 11 weeks I have. Sorry guys, I did not have enough space on the SD card, so I'm back. So as I was saying, I have almost 12 weeks left to build my angle kit. The angle kit, I have to make for it the lower control arm, the knuckle, the top plate for the suspension, because as I'm going to dive in the specs that I want, I'm going to tell you everything that I'm going to change on the car, so no stock e30 piece will remain on the front suspension. Probably only the sway bar is going to be left. So yeah, I'm going to, for the angle kit, I'm going to do a wheel bearing conversion. So I'm going 5x114 lug nut with the 350Z or G35 wheel bearing, because they are easy to mount, and it's 5x114, so I have a lot of choice in wheels. But as I started looking in the 5x114 and the 16-inch wheel, I don't have a lot of choice in my area on Marketplace, because it starts at 17-inch when you have 5x114, and on the e30 it's going to be a lot of, like, a little too big, and I'm going to hit the sway bar when I'm full lock. So because right now I'm already hitting, so I have to, example, the wheel is here, I will have to put it more just like that so I can have more clearance, but I'm maybe going to hit the fender, so I'm going to play with that. So yeah, I just CAD the wheel bearing. It's a wheel bearing from the 350Z, but this one is from a G35 that I just picked up at my local scrapyard. So I have a set of these. I have a set of G35 brake calipers. So they're a lot bigger than the stocks E30 calipers and disc. So if you can see in the box, I don't know if there's a lot enough of lighting, but it's way bigger than the E30 stock brakes. The smallest wheel that I can go is 16-inch, but I have a clearance issue if I go over 16-inch, or if I stay on the verge of 17 but I put like smaller tires, probably like 215, 205 by maybe 40 I'm going to be okay, because as right now I tested 16-inch, but it's 205/50, and I was hitting the sway bar, but I could make it clear, like just with some modification on my CAD model. So we are going to have a video on the restoration of those brakes, just like I did with the wheel bearing. I did not film the wheel bearing because I wanted to do it as quickly as I could to CAD it. So the caliper will be the same color. I have high temp paint that is this color, so I'm going to paint it all this color. It looks OEM, and I think it will look fresh for my presentation at school. So you can expect a video of me doing the calipers. I'm maybe going just to do one for the video, and maybe the brake disc. I'm maybe going to include it in the caliper video. I'm not sure, because I have to take the disc to school to like surface it and get rid of all the rust on the important part and paint the rest. So I'm going to paint the disc, and after that bring it to school and put it on the lathe so I can run it down. So I can show you guys the little CAD that I made to show you my advancement, and maybe leave you on this for this video and take you all on the adventure on a series of video of me making this in the next 13 to 15 weeks. So I have to do some milling, welding, tube bending, because I'm going to do the lower control arm in tubing, just like the SLR type. I'm going to do the knuckle in billet aluminum, so I'm going to mill that the knuckles, and the top hat will be milled, or they're going to be CNC cutted with a plasma cutter in steel. I don't know as of right now. It depends on the material that I have and the price that it costs, because just in parts that I showed you that I bought, so the 2 wheel bearings, 2 calipers, and 1 disc, it cost me 280 Canadian bucks. So I have to buy the materials for the knuckle. Oh, and I did not told you, but I am going to put some S13 front coilovers on the car, because I love the adjustment that they have. And the e30 type, I'm not reusing them because they are welding. They are weld-in coilovers, so they are, you put it in the knuckle and you weld it there, so it's stuck with the knuckle, and I don't love the idea of this. And the 240 SX1 has 2 bolts, and I can make camber adjustment with it without changing my KPI angle and without changing anything in the suspension geometry except the camber. So that would be nice to have. I'm maybe going to order them in the next week, so I'm maybe going to get them at the end of February. I still have to measure the length of the e30 shock, and if I can adapt it to the S13 shock. If the S13 shock is like too big, I cannot do it, or if it's too short, I cannot do it. So I will have to maybe put some E36 coilovers on them, not sure. So yeah guys, I'm going to show you all the CAD that I have right now at the moment of the knuckle and the lower control arm, but the lower control arm is right now is probably approximate. There is no measure that they are taken of it, so I'm going to show you guys right now. So here is the CAD, guys. I'm not filming on the desktop, I'm filming with the GoPro just for the purpose of the video, because it's going to be a short explanation. So I have the lower control arm here, the knuckle that I'm going to build, the tie rod I'm going to have to make, those two heim joints, and the suspension going to be there. In the back is the wheel bearing. So this is a wheel that I imported on GrabCAD. So my goal here is to make the best suspension that I can with my knowledge. So here is going to be the tubular lower control arm, and I'm going to mask the disc and the wheel bearing. So this is all the part that I have to make. So the knuckle is going to be adapted for the 350Z wheel bearing. So it's going to look similar to this. I'm just at the beginning of the conception. I started like a week ago and put not a lot of time in it. So I'm going to have this part adjustable, the length here, the length here. I'm going to have slotted here for Ackerman adjustment. Here is the camber adjustment. I'm going to have this probably changeable, so I can modify the mechanical trail. I'm going to have a caster plate for caster adjustment and camber, just as this thing has to do with camber. This thing KPI, and the caster plate adjust KPI too. Yeah, it's almost like I will have to do this and do that, and it's have to be done in almost 12 weeks. So yeah guys, that's all for today's video. I hope y'all like the idea of the project and to have me build this thing for the first time. I hope that it's going to work well, but I cannot guarantee anything. I'm a beginner to this, so maybe I'm going to have to make adjustments for the steering to feel good, but I hope that it's going to be good. I hope that you guys will be interested to see the rest of the work, all the restoration, all the fab that I'm going to have to do, and everything. I really want to 3D print the knuckle for testing as soon as I can do that, so I can test that everything is good, and after that I can go and start fabricating everything. Yeah, so that's all for today's video. Leave a like, drop a comment, and I hope to see you in the next one. See ya.